Hello indie gaming fans, I am the X-Hardcore Gamer and today I've got something special for ya. We here at I Dream of Indie were sent a special prologue version of an upcoming game called Ikai, or maybe it's Ikai, I'm not quite sure, but there's a demo version that's been available for quite some time and we got a special prologue version, and here are some of my impressions. So this special build that we got is still an early version as the game is not meant to be released until March of this year, so a lot of the problems that I've run into will hopefully be fixed by the time the game is released. Unfortunately, my initial impression while playing the game was not one that was very positive, as it took a while to even get the game up and running properly. Optimization is definitely an area of concern right now because even though I had higher than the recommended GTX 1060 video card, I had trouble running the game at a consistent 60 frames per second at anything higher than the medium preset graphic settings. Anybody hoping to get above 60 frames per second unfortunately will probably be out of luck right now as well, because whenever I set the frame rate cap to unlimited, it would automatically go down to 15 no matter what setting I had. So I had to hard lock it at 60 just to be able to get that performance. Once I was able to get the graphics all set up, the next thing that I had to fight with were the controls. While the game is listed as partial controller support, it really just kind of mimics using mouse and keyboard controls, and that works at varying degrees of success. Whether using the mouse to look around or the right analog stick, it always just feels a bit too sensitive and you have to mess around with the sliding bars to get it to feel at least a bit more comfortable, but it never quite gets to where it should. So with that half hour of my life out of the way, I can now get things up and running, I can have things controlling a bit better. Let's talk about what the game actually is and even some positive aspects of it. This game is going to immediately appeal to fans of Japanese horror games, especially the Fatal Frame series. Set in the feudal era, you're going to have a first-person view as you play as a priestess defending her shrine from evil spirits and demons. While at first it may appear like another typical walking simulator game, it's actually, as I mentioned, much more like Fatal Frame, where it's building up the tension and getting you used to the areas that you can explore. You can run and hide from your enemies like a typical survival horror game, but you also have the added ability of being able to draw up protective seals that you can place to make an area safe. This drawing mechanic does take some practice and getting used to, but luckily they give you the opportunity to do so before it's a more dire situation that can lead to death. I found it near impossible to do with a controller, so I highly recommend a mouse, and the reason for this is that you're literally drawing Japanese characters onto paper, and if you make any mistake, you have to start all over. All of the mechanics are slowly introduced to you so you can get used to them, and unfortunately that does lead to a bit of a slow start, but once it picks up, it really is a lot of fun for fans of horror. I found myself feeling very accomplished as I was able to run away from the latest demon or solve the next puzzle, and I think that other fans of the genre will be able to have fun with it as well. I really hope that some of the shortcomings that I ran into will be fixed in the next couple of months so that fans can really see what the game's potential can be, and I'm really looking forward to it.
The placement of the stones looks wrong. Perhaps I can find a hint of the order at the location of the item.
I think now would be a great time to thank our indie warriors. Bill T, Christian Cruz, Kevilo, Mitchell Hall, Chris Jackson, Nathan Moore, Adriana Amato, CJR, C. Coyle, Skepticism, Haley, Julian Colbus, Jen Rose, Jesse, CPM, Bunny, JRS the 8th, Ray Lynn, Marky Mint, Dave Hart, Peekaboo, and Lex Noyle. Thank you again for all of your support. If anybody else would like to become an indie warrior, all the information is in the description below. Thanks again everybody for watching, and until next time, enjoy gaming.